interstellar objects. So I said, look, this might be maybe technological, it might be interesting, why not explore that? I'm driven by curiosity. And then I get these people to say that this is heresy, basically that I'm violating the code of scientific research just by suggesting that. And I say, look at the dark matter research. Like, for many decades, billions of dollars were invested in ideas that were not proven right, including supersymmetry that was not found in the natural parameter space by the Large Hadron Collider. And nobody says a word about it. There is a whole community of particle physicists, theorists, that are working on string theory, on ideas like the multiverse or ideas like extra dimensions. And there is no experimental verification for that, no clue that this is true. It's just a theoretical construct, and it's celebrated by the mainstream of hundreds or maybe thousands of theoretical physicists. And there is not even an opportunity to test these ideas in the coming decades, in their lifetime, in their career. Nevertheless, that's accepted. So when I'm talking about anomalous objects and saying, I will go myself to the Pacific Ocean, collect the materials, study the materials, what could be more realistic than that? And why would that be heresy to the way that science is done when people are talking about things that cannot be even tested? And it may be related to the culture of people that worked on space rocks, but I think it also reflects something more fundamental about the nature of academia, where the beaten path, that is popular is completely accepted, whereas exploration of new ideas, innovation, and things, in my case, it's not so much that, but it's just that this subject appeals to the public. So there is a huge amount of attention. There was a New York Times Magazine article just last weekend, a profile about me. They never do it on scientists, okay? And in it, they said that I'm the most well-known practicing astrophysicist. And why is that? Why is that? For two reasons. One, that I resonate with the public's interest. The public cares less about the nature of dark matter, believe me, than whether we are alone in the universe, okay? So I talk about that, and the public cares about it, so I get attention. I also get attention because people who work on space rocks keep bullying me and saying negative things. So obviously it creates some sense of controversy, but all I'm doing is following the scientific method. I have a lot of experience in doing that. There are scientists working with me following the scientific method, and the fact that there is rejection of this approach of examining something of interest to the public using the scientific method says that something is wrong in the culture. Because why would studying self-interacting dark matter with some interactions that were never found in the laboratory, just because it may be useful to explain some data, why is that legitimate when saying that an anomalous object that is perhaps analogous to the spacecraft that we launched? Okay, we launched these things. We know that there are billions of Earth-Sun systems that preceded the solar system, that formed billions of years before the solar system. What could be more natural than to say, okay, we are sending out, objects to interstellar space. They may have done that already, and these objects may be near us. Why don't we check? We see some unusual. I didn't dream this up. Oumuamua was unusual. I mean, the mainstream people trying to explain it admit it because they try to explain it. Already 5-6 years after it was discovered, there are still papers trying to explain it. That means that it's not trivial, okay? And this meteor also. So what do they do about the meteor? They say the data is wrong. Instead of allowing for the possibility that their model is wrong, they say the data is wrong. And then they attack me for going to that site. And then they say, no, what you found is something that is everywhere. And then so this is something really problematic because it suppresses innovation. And when young people see that, they realize, in order to get a job, I better just dance to the tunes of those who are chasing any different idea because it bothers them. And I think this is bad for science because it means that innovation will only happen in the private sector, where you have companies developing AI far beyond the level of development on campuses in academia. Why is that? Because academia is all, self-indulging. People are just trying to promote their ego, to get honors, awards. They don't care so much about the content, but just use it as a vehicle to show off. And the fact that there are these groups of people chasing after any innovative idea and trying to bring it down, rather than saying, okay, well, let's allow for that. Let's explore it experimentally, find out if it's right or wrong. Why is there this negativity? That I think is pretty bad.